Hi, Jen. Good morning.
Welcome to the Crowned Medium, where Her Highness Lorenda Carr delivers intuitive clarity, messages from Spirit, and tools to elevate your spiritual journey.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to get myself set up over here. So if you guys could do the things over in the TikTok. Hello, hello. Good morning, Lucas. I see you over there, my friend. Does it even show that I'm live in the real world? It does. It does. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Today, we're going to be talking about lots of things. We've got Camp Chesterfield to talk about. We've got the video that I posted about meeting your spirit guides. I thought we could talk about that a little bit. Maybe even do a guided meditation. We'll see how things go. Also, if I talk funny, I have a canker sore on my tongue, and it's sitting on a nerve, so it makes like my whole tongue cramp up. It's like they're the worst, man. Oh, that's right. So Lucas, guess what? So my friend Amy came in from Georgia, and she and I walked around downtown Westfield. I showed her the cabin, and I showed her our brick. So she got to see your name and the brick. So that was kind of cool. Good morning, Roxanne. So if you guys could, I got four people. If you guys could please do the things over here, that'd be so great. It'd be really great if my own stuff would work. Yeah, if you guys could. So Bridgie, really, do you walk into Target and scream that kind of question? No, you got to read the room, friend. Read the room. So did you guys, oh my gosh, it's like, where's my French fry? Okay. We're just going to sit here because TikTok is full of the people just jumping in and dropping their business. That's all that's happening over in TikTok. So I don't know, people, do you want fries with that? Like, they're just dropping their business. It's crazy. I don't understand it. Hello, good morning. Thank you, Carrie. Also, hello. So if you guys could tap the screen, let's get things out in the algorithm. Let's get things going. Well, I work this tongue situation out. Look at that. Gross. It's huge. People are rude, including me. I'm rude, but I'm not that rude. It's a different kind of rude. Oh, our bird is back. If you guys listen close enough, you'll be able to hear our robin banging in the window. I know. And I literally had just gotten one on the right side. I have one on each side. Cleared up. This just hurts to exist. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on here today because it really hurts. And I feel like I have to be like, just to stretch out my tongue, like tongue yoga. So if you guys could share the live, thank you. Thank you, Jen, for sharing the live. If you guys could get moving on that. So today, I thought we'd do some readings. We could do some readings. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. I have a question for you guys. I saw a very famous medium, like legit famous, a really, really good medium, saying that he's making fun of people who do spirit-led. Until TikTok, I'd never even heard of spirit-led readings. But here's the thing. He's like, oh, direct is the only way. Direct is the only way to do readings in a public platform or anywhere. Like, what do you all think? Hi, hello, Anna, Liz, Joe. What do you all think when you've got, hi, Lee, good morning. When you've got a person whose mentor had a TV show that was spirit-led. That's what I think too. I think so too, 84. Good morning, Kayla. How are you? I agree, Carrie. I think that spirit-led is a great way to do it. Direct. I think both are very valuable. But this person is actually very well developed and famous, like, and his mentor is also famous for being on TV and doing spirit-led readings. That was my thought too. Like the whole, I don't understand. I'm thinking, dude, your boss, your mentor literally got famous from doing spirit-led readings on TV. I agree, Anna. Oh, hey, Leslie, good morning. Make sure you guys are following Leslie Leiden. She's awesome. Another ethical medium. But the thing is, Carrie, I feel like I've seen this particular person do it. I feel like I've seen them do spirit-led. Like they'll pop people in the box and they'll be like, okay, who do you want to connect to? And does somebody have that? Do I have any mods in here that can have that? I think they're just trying to start problems, to be honest. I don't think I have any mods in here. Also, where are my mods? All right. Here we go. Have I read? Oh, of course. I'm a QHHT certified practitioner. So yes, I have. And I'm also Soul Speak certified. And yes, there is merit to that. So excellent question. Thank you for asking. I know, same Kelly. Kelly over here and YouTube says she loves and respects spirit-led. I do too. I feel like if you bring their evidence and not just, right, not just, I have a grandmother who has a heart and their sign is butterfly. Now, when we're doing spirit-led readings, the legit spirit-led readings can oh yes, I know what you're saying about the canker sores. And actually I did ask my higher self about it. And it was weird, but I think I actually am deficient in something. Anyway, so spirit-led, if you're going to do it on a public platform, I believe you should be very, very specific. And that's why I will say, you have to be able to take 100% of it. Now, I can understand if that particular person who has like 3,000 to 4,000 people in their live at a time, I can understand not doing spirit-led. I can understand, because who's going to manage that comment section? That makes sense. But to go on, post a video bashing people who do spirit-led readings. Interesting. I do Oragel. I usually have like a little pen here that I like numb it up, but it'll get better. It'll be fine. Benadryl makes me sleep and I have too many things to do. But I think what's dangerous is someone who has such a large platform doing that. What will be different? The way they are tuning in, somewhere with their team first in the spirit. I agree, Kristen. I agree. I just don't understand. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Noted. Thank you, 84. I'm trying that. I will be trying that today. I'll let you know. I think it's just dangerous when you've got someone who already is somewhat of an elitist, in my opinion, is quite an elitist when it comes to spiritual work. However, I'm pretty bougie and judgy when it comes to people going on live and doing readings in a public space and charging for them. It's one thing to practice, it's another thing to charge. Thank you, Lorenda. It's funny because I was yelling at it before I came downstairs. It was not cooperating. So oh, that hurts. Aren't there famous psychics that do large events in all spirit? Yes, Shelley. And that's what I'm saying. This person it's Jonathan Lewis, who I love to watch doing mediumship. He's phenomenal, but he just posted a video about, good morning, Bella, about how he'd never heard of spirit led until TikTok. And I'm like, girl, your mentor, his mentor is John Edward. Like, that's his legit actual mentor is John Edward. He had a whole show that was spirit led. Like, that's what he does, is spirit led. So for someone like that to have that giant platform, I was just like, that his mentor does crowd work and spirit led. Oh my gosh, that's who you were thinking of, Shelley. So what I love is when I do platform work, like his whole show, I know. So when I do platform work at Camp Chesterfield, I do not go directly to a person and go, who do you want to connect to today? That's not how I work. You know, some mediums on TikTok give what I was told is cold readings, Misty. Yeah. I call those spirit led. Truth will come to light. Laugh at me some more. I don't even know what you're talking about, Jesse, but welcome in. Did I miss something? Hello, Peps. So if you guys could do that over here on the TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Do the things. So it was just really interesting. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Like, do you ever go into a person's live and go, oh, spirit led? Nope. I feel like those can be the most beneficial, actually, the spirit led. I saw a video of yours that I found amazing. Oh, wait, let me go back. And help me find my spirit guides and feel my own energy. Yay, Misty, I'm so glad you loved that video. Oh, Peps, if you would like a reading, you can go to my website and book one with me. I'll do a private reading with you, but I'm not doing readings right now. But you can hang out, make sure you're following me, liking, sharing, and all the things, because in a little bit I might move into a mediumship, but not right now. Oh, yay, Bree. Okay, so listen. I would love to. I feel like they are the most compelling. I agree. I think the spirit led, especially when they're really, oh my goodness, rebellion against Jesus. Oh, Jesus, we're going to rebel against Jesus. And welcome in. We do love and light here. Spirit is Satan. Oh, dude, y'all are missing the TikTok tea over here. And then Jeffrey is paying $5,000 for the first 5 to message me. God sent. Oh my God. They're out in droves today. Oh my goodness, you guys. I am digging this. Okay, so we got to block Jeffrey. Okay. And then I'm glad it helped you, Misty. I think that would be the best way for readings, letting spirits that want to come through. Yeah. And spirit is not Satan. I mean, Satan is a spirit, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But really, no, they're not. Witchcraft and rebellion against God. Repent in Jesus. I'm such a smart ass. Anyway, all right. I know something in the water, but you know what? That's what happens when we do a call out to try to get people into the rooms. So do you all understand the difference between spirit led and direct? Okay. And what, like Jonathan Lewis and John Edward do, and it makes sense in their lives. It makes absolute sense in their lives, is that they will say, okay, request, put in a request, and they just go through it, and spirit tells them who to choose. Now, if that's not, oh my God, if that's not spirit led, hi, Yessie, good morning. Oh, you missed all the fun, girl. I've been blocking all up a storm. Best way to be God, send his angels and spirit to us for rest. All right. You missed all the fun, Yessie. I love it. So that is also spirit led. Even if it's direct, it's still, you're working with spirit, right? Okay, hold on. This hurts so bad, you guys. Okay, I know the energy, but I'm here for it because you know what? It gets me in. You get your French fries ready. It gets me in the algorithm. So whatever. Last night I did a spontaneous live and I had like 100 people in the room. It was cool. And it was like at midnight. Direct is when someone asks for a specific person. Absolutely. Yes, Bella. Thank you for answering that question. So how Jonathan Lewis and John Edward do it, because they have thousands of people, unlike me, I've got 25. I can manage comments from there. Is that they can't. Logistically, they cannot go on TikTok and do spirit led. That'd be a nightmare. It's just easier for them to go direct, to pick someone and say, who do you want to connect to? And I have done that I've done that before as a good exercise. And when I work with, hi Holly, when I work with my students in the one-on-one mentorships, a lot of times I'll say, okay, do you want to do spirit led or direct? And then whatever we don't do first, we do the next second. I'll be like, okay, so let's try to go direct. Let's tune in, see if we can pull that energy in close and identify, but we still have to give the evidence. We can't just be like, oh yeah, that's right. I totally feel your mom here. No, I still have to give the evidence. So I think there is merit in certain platforms, but to say he has never heard of it until TikTok, and what is this spirit-led stuff? I've never even heard of it until TikTok. All these people out here doing spirit-led. What does that even mean? Girl, it's what your mentor does. Yeah. So on TV, it's what every spiritualist does on the platform in services. What do you mean you've never heard of it? It was the only way of demonstrating in the spiritualist community in public platforms. You don't just go up to someone, because think about it. If you want evidence, if you want to really prove that you got what you got going on, have a room full of strangers, people you don't know, right? It actually kind of drives me crazy when I go to places where it's all people that we know in the audience, and the people on the platform are like, oh, so-and-so, your joy guide's coming through. Well, of course you know their joy guide because you've been in classes with them. But what's the evidence of the spirit? I like it when I don't know people in the crowd. I like it even more if I do know the person and I have no idea who their relative is. But I think it gives more merit when there is no connection to the person on the platform or the person in the chat, like in the medium and the person being read. I think that makes it even better. But I love doing spirit led a lot of times. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I get my dragon shirt on today and my dragon crown on. I posted a dragon video today. You guys can make sure to watch it and like it. It's really short. But I actually love doing spirit led. I love doing spirit led because, especially in a public platform, I expect it to be 100%. It's got to be 100%. Pam Sears, are you in the house? I can never tell if someone is in the room or if it's just saying invite them. Thomas John comment on things he's come across from this app too. Yeah, and I don't mind saying people saying their opinion, but I just thought it was ironic that his mentor literally got famous from doing spirit-led readings in the 90s. He's like, I don't know what those are. And then the other thing, Pam, okay, so Pam Sears, I couldn't tell if she popped in, or if she was just like scrolling by. But I know that John Edward and Jonathan Lewis love Pam Sears. They think she's awesome. She does spirit-led. She does spirit-led on all her lives. So I don't get it. I don't know. And again, no shade to him. I just think I thought it was funny and kind of ironic, but also misinformed. So anyway, I'm just saying. I didn't go into his comments to see if anybody was like, dude. That would be funny though. Oh yeah, you're right. Spirit-led is fake. How's your boss feel about that? How's your mentor feel about that? Oh, my nose is itchy. Uh-oh. Interesting. All right. So, I don't know, DJ. Mario, that's right, Yessie. So if you get muted, thank you, Brenda. I love a good crown. So this weekend, by the way, we had dance competition. So I was at the dance competition. You need to focus on reading the room, and you need to focus on not just walking in and asking questions. Would you do that in Target? Okay. What if I was a scammer? Okay. Anyway, I was up like at 6:30 in the morning Saturday. If you know me, you know that's awful. I don't do mornings. So did dance competition. The kids competed all day Saturday. I left, drove the 45 minutes to get up to Camp Chesterfield for Mayfest, was on the platform. There were 5 of us that were doing readings from the platform. And that was really cool. I will say my energy was off. I don't feel like I did near as well bringing evidence. I felt like I just kind of skimmed the surface. Like I left there feeling disappointed in myself. There were people that were like, wow, that was amazing work. You're always so great to watch, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, of course, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I was like, okay, what happened there, Spirit? What happened? Because I was cautious. I was cautious with the message work. Isn't that weird for me? Oh, thank you. Thank you for being part of my team. And I'm totally comfortable on that stage. I've been on that stage so many times. I've done readings up there. It's not that I was afraid. I just, for some reason, held back. And I talked to my team and they were like, it's the energy of the other readers that you were on stage with. And not in a shady way, not like in a bad way, but Jen, you know what I'm talking about. You've been there. And so, but it wasn't like in a shady way or anything like that. It's just the energy. It's amazing how the energy of the people you're in the room with can shift your connection. It can also influence how you deliver messages. So again, there was like, no, nothing shady or weird or negative, but it was weird. And I had two of my students were in the audience watching, and they're like, "Hey, you did a great job, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Okay, thanks. But let's be real. Let's be real. I'm a lot more dynamic. I'm a lot more evidence. For some reason, it didn't land." And they were like, "Okay, yeah, you're right. You did, it was still great. It was still whatever, but you're right." Um, so it was interesting because I fully believe that it had to do with just the dynamic of the people on the stage. And normally for gala, they'll have an overhead system that plays whatever song you want. And I was thinking, I wanted something kind of fun and funky and, boogie. And I'm wondering if Kristen, did you go to the gala when I was on platform? I can't remember. I feel like you got a message. Did I see you in there? I was altered. I don't remember. I feel like I saw you. I saw you at the event for sure, but I can't remember if you were in the audience or not. Anyway, I felt like, oh, you went home. Okay. I don't blame you. That's a long day. I feel like because the music was different, they couldn't get the overhead system to work. So they had Pat and Paul play live music. Well, when it was my turn, they didn't just play a little clip of the music for like 30 seconds. She sang a whole song, which is fine. It was a lovely song. It was perfect for me, but did all the verses. And I was like, oh. And I remember turning around and looking at Reverend Linda Ritchie and going, this song is long. And I felt my energy shift. And it wasn't a song that I wanted. I needed something upbeat and exciting and all that. So I found that setting the energy made the difference. And because I've read with Reverend Linda, I've read with Reverend Cindy, and Charles is always lovely, and Susan, like I've read with all them before. And it was just interesting. It was just interesting because I honestly believe music can make all the difference. It can change the vibration, and it just stalled things out for me. And so I felt like my mediumship was mediocre at best. It wasn't bad. It was mediocre at best. So just be aware of that. So if you're a developing medium and you are working on this stuff, just understand that vibration means something. It means, you've got to elevate your vibration. You have to work with your guides to get your vibration where it needs to be. And I was in my zone. I was buzzing. I had like that. I had my pre-reading buzz going on. I had my dragon crown on. I had taken the time to sit back there and get in my zone. And I went first. I was the first reader out of 5. So I had the buzzy thing going on, but it was interesting. Like I just didn't have that same excitement. And then on top of that, the microphones and the overhead system weren't working. So I'm still loud. I don't think anybody had. I am talking about Saturday, Nicole. Wait, were you there? Were you in the audience? I started to follow someone who was on platform, but unfollowed him. I know I need to feel into it. Interesting. Yeah. I was, but didn't stay for the mediumship. Had a 3-hour drive home. Oh, oof. I don't blame you, Nicole. And it was longer than usual. It was long enough. It just went way too long. And I ended up missing my senior dancers doing their final solos. So I was kind of bummed about that in their final group, but they all got in top 10, did really well, but I missed them. That's what I get for trying to stack things the way that I did. It's nobody's fault. That was spirit led. So I went home and took a bath and watched the awards on my phone. But yeah, it was double duty on Saturday. So I connected in with my guides and I was like, hey, what happened? What happened there? Why was that energy off, or why? And I think it was just a combination of things and the energy. That's it. You're interested in the spirit-led reading. Well, hang out, make sure you like and follow and tap the screen and share at least 100 times. I'm glad you liked it, Nicole. It was a good event. And actually, historically, Mayfest has always been significantly smaller than Spirit Fest. But this year, they brought me on for social media, but it's not just that. But they really upped their social media game at Camp Chesterfield. And I think it brought in a lot more people, a lot more vendors, a lot more variety with the vendors. There were a lot of people there, vendor-wise, like readers and vendors that I'd never heard of before. And I've been doing Spirit Fest and Mayfest for years. I've only done Mayfest as a vendor once, or as a reader once, because it's always a dance competition weekend. So I just don't end up doing it as a vendor, but I can usually, if possible, if it's a local competition, I can go be on gala if I need to. Yeah, a lot of people I'd never heard of. And Kristen was there, maybe pulled in so many directions, but you delivered what needed to come through. And that's very true, Kristen. And so when I analyze my work, when I analyze what I do, I look at it from what were my choices? What could I control? Why were those readings off? And again, I got feedback from people that got readings from me and they were like, yeah, you were on it. But it was a weird, like the same 5 people kept getting messages. I went first, so I was the OG. But then after that, we all sat on the stage at the same time. The only people taking message were the same 5 people. And the mediums kept going to the same people. And I don't think it was intentional. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fred by Ben. And I don't think it was intentional. I think we get in our zone. We get altered. But like this, literally the same 5 people were getting messages. And like pretty specific too, though. You did, Stacy. What'd you think of it? Who did you remember who did your reading? Did you like get a reading, or did you get one when you were in the audience? We are talking about mediumship, Emily. Thank you for asking. I might be moving into, I was getting a little tickle in the nose, so I might be moving into mediumship reading. We'll see. But we're just chatting about my experience at Camp Chesterfield this weekend, being on platform, doing readings for a crowd, but sharing the stage with other incredible readers. Oh my gosh. Well, listen, Ben, let me know if you ever want to. We can do a fun duo. It'd be fun. I can't remember who it was. It was on different individual house. Okay. Really? Male or female? Do you remember? Interesting, Nicole. I feel like when I come and do, at the risk of sounding arrogant, I'm not trying to be, but I do work hard, and I take a lot of pride in what I deliver as far as the reading. If you get a 10-minute reading with me, it's going to be the best. You're going to get so much information. I'm just going to be like, bah. It's not just, oh, well, yes, I think you're going to get a new job next week. No, you get lots of evidence, you get lots of information. If you ask me for a past life reading, cool, or a multidimensional healing, 10 minutes, I can drop right in, connect to your higher self, see the past life, but bring the evidence of why that past life is important, disconnect energy that's unnecessary, in and out. I bring the goods, man. I think I'm missing comments. It is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. But I didn't get a chance to get too many readings because by the time I got there Sunday, of course, the competition ran late. The day before it ran early, like by an hour. The next day it was running late. Thank you, Yessie, for saying that. I didn't get a chance. I did. Oh, wow, 30 years ago. You guys, remind me to tell you about, I'm getting a reading today. I'm going up to Camp Chesterfield. It took me 5 years to have an in, to get a connection, to get in to see this particular medium. Yeah, his name's Hoyt. And he's the one that he does the physical mediumship. Where you put the card in the basket and then when it's all done, like this came out. Hoyt Robinette is his name. So I'm having a private reading with him today. I know, right? Perseverance. And I knew people that I've been involved in Camp Chesterfield for 6 years now. So like, it's not, but he's also extremely busy. His partner's been ill, so he hasn't been doing as many readings, but he's the one that I did. We went to the circle, the seance, basically. And I was with a group of people that I knew that he said yes to them because he's known them for so many years. Oh, I wonder, Stacy, and were you in a house that was just off the Camp Chesterfield grounds, like right next to it? Like it wasn't on Camp Chesterfield? Thank you, Emily. It's my dragon crown. Yeah, it was. Okay, it was inside the grounds. So Hoyt, because physical mediumship is not allowed on the grounds. And that's a form of physical mediumship. But I think that's been in the last 30 years. So maybe you had it done before then. Oh yeah, I'm totally going to let you guys know how it goes. I might do a live tonight, like later tonight when I get home, depending on how it goes. So, well, and honestly, Stacy, if that was so long ago, that person may not even be there anymore. There was a man named Bill. I can't remember his last name. He has since passed. He passed about 1.5 years ago, I think. He used to do some physical mediumship. What's his last name? I can't remember. Anyway, but this they put the blank card in, and this is, by the way, this is his name's Mike. It's my step grandfather. And this is the parapet because I asked for my red dragon to come in. So I got the red. And tell me this doesn't look like the parapet from, if you're a fourth wing gal, you know what I'm talking about. If you like to read fourth wing, you know what I'm talking about. But it looks like the parapet to Bezgayath College. And then the dragon, and one of my spirit guides are dragons. So it was pretty amazing and cool. And on the back, like we put empty cards in and cards like this came out. And even had names on the back. It was nuts. I know. I'm trying to get a good angle for both the cameras. So, wait, is that Allie that does all the fourth wing stuff? That'd be awesome. That just popped in. Any tips on connecting to your higher self? Actually, yes. I just did a video. It's pinned at the top of my page on how to connect to spirit guides. You can do the same technique for your higher self. Hi, Jayhud. So I have a reading with him today. It's only a 30-minute reading. I'm interested to see who comes through. What was crazy is he looked exactly like my grandpa. Like, I'm not kidding. To the point that when he spoke, it didn't sound like my grandpa, and I was confused. That's how much he looks like my grandfather. Yeah, definitely do, Emily, and comment on it. Make sure you're like, hey, this is awesome, or oh, this totally worked. I do want it. The higher self is not hard to connect to. It's just a little different than start with the spirit guide one. I think you'll do better starting with the spirit guide one first, and then do the same kind of techniques, but call in your higher self. I feel my guides come in through my body in different and vibrationally. My higher self comes into my third eye, and it feels like a genie pops out of my forehead. And then I trance a higher self. And that's very possible because stress lowers your vibration and spirit has to be up here. So if you want to do stuff like that, ask your, what I would call a joy guide to adjust your vibration and then try to connect. When I did QHHC, I was able to do my past life regression, but I got radio silence trying to communicate. I can tell you right now, it was you having FOMO. It was you having FOMO, and a good practitioner will talk you around it. So, yeah. Or they will allow you to stay in the room. How often do you meet with your monthly mentorship? Twice. It's twice a month, and it says 45 minutes, but we always go over, which is why it's a little pricier. But I give you your videos. I give you documents with homework. We have a constant communication. You get my phone number. You can call me. You can text me. Like you have a lot more access to me when you're in my mentorship program. Thank you, Yessie. And there are times that, like, Yessie's a good example. She's like, I got things going on. I'm not going to charge you if you're like feeling wonky and I need to connect to your higher self and see what's going on. Like you have more access to me, and you also get to take the 2 classes a month. So you have your 2 private lessons plus you take the classes, because that's where you get work done, is working with others. And you get put into my Facebook development group. It's for just for all my students. There's like 25 of you in there, I think, right now. So you have a lot of access to a lot of tools. And then what we did one time, thank you, Yessie. What we did one time is, and I want to do this again, now that my schedule is like chilling out from dance, what I want to do again is have my people, my students, come onto my TikTok page or onto my other platforms and do readings for people. So they're getting experience. So it's not just everything in theory, but actual practice. And so one of my students right now is working on going direct. So when I work with her, I'm like, okay, I need you to bring in my stepsister, Holly. I need you to bring in my grandfather. I need you to bring in, or I'll just say I'll just say like just the relationship. And that's how direct works. And sometimes she gets it. And then sometimes she gets a different spirit, but then I'll be like, nope, that's definitely not them. And I'll teach her how to disconnect from those and find the right one. I was in the room one time you did that. It was awesome. Oh, thanks. So I've had amazing mentors. So I feel like I'm a really good mentor. You'd love to see it in person. See what? Me doing readings or me connecting? Like, what do you mean? Or just all of it? I'm just curious. Yes, make sure you guys follow and set notifications. So set notifications. Oh, the process. Yeah, and what I do is I am not a one-stop, a one size fits all kind of person. I am a meet the person where they are. If you are brand new to this and you're like, I know that I know things, but I have no idea where to start, then I'm going to talk you through where to start. First thing I'm going to ask you is why? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do a mentorship? Why do you want to? And that's why I have an initial meeting. I have a consultation. You don't get to just sign up for mentorship. We have to make sure that we're a fit for each other. So we do like an hour-long conversation of what your expectations are, what are you hoping to get out? Because I may not be a good fit for you. However, I may know people who would be. So I'm happy to like pass you on to somebody else that could actually meet your needs. I've been seeing and feeling a spirit in my room at night. It's strange because I get frustration from him, but also comfort at certain times. Interesting. I wonder why you're feeling him, or I wonder why he's around you. Because if you go by natural law theory, are you feeling frustrated about something so you're vibrationally aligning with him? So if you need him to go away, do you need to ask your joy guide to adjust your vibration? That would mean my sister been tapping into hers for a few years now. I've been trying to tap to mine. I do. It's very personalized. My mentorships are very personalized. Like I do that for that whole evaluation. Then I come up with a lesson plan. Then when we meet, it's not just, okay, so what are we working on today? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. I follow up and I'll get, what have you worked on? We have a Google document that you would fill in as you go along and complete the homework. There's no absolute deadline. So if you're like, I need a month to integrate what we just did, then you're still next month and we can do your other lesson. It's not going to be, oh, too bad you missed it this month. No, you're paying for 2 private lessons and 2 classes. So, and you get my phone number. So I would work with your spirit team, Bella, on that. And ask your doctor, teacher, philosopher guide why. I just heard they had the answer. They have the answer, your teacher guide. I don't think it is your teacher guide. I'm asleep and he wakes me up by leaning near me in bed, trying to get my attention. I've had some anxiety lately, but not sure. It might be your teacher guide. Do you know your philosopher? Sorry, is it okay that I'm tuning into this? I didn't even ask. I'm sorry, Bella. Like, but I feel like it might be a guide. And it's not that he's frustrated. He's trying to help you. I almost feel like it's your father-in-law, but I wasn't close to him. I don't know my philosopher. So if you feel like it might be your father-in-law, it doesn't matter if you're close to him or not. He might be here to be guiding you in something. I feel like I'm hearing he's guiding you. I feel like he's trying to tell you how to navigate something, and which is what a teacher guide or a philosopher guide would do. So he's here to help you, whoever that is. It's not that he's frustrated with you. He's matching your energy. And if your anxiety is up and it's not external, something external causing it, it could very well be that there's an adjustment for you to be able to receive information from spirits. So before I'm getting ready to do trance, before I do trance class with Glenda, 2 days prior, my energy is off the charts. It's off the charts. And like I feel anxious and there's no source of the anxiety. Can you tell me how keeps charging my light when I walk in the room? Oh, who keeps changing your light when you walk in the room? It feels like a child. A childlike spirit, which means it could be your joy guide also. A childlike spirit is what I'm hearing. I feel like my spirit guides are mad at me. They're not mad at you because I'm so indecisive in life right now and feel lost. Actually, no, they don't get mad. Fun fact, our spirit guides don't get mad at us. They don't. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas just said my hair looks powerful. Thanks, buddy. So what if you can't get into the mentality of individuality? You don't have to. That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to. My brain functions that way. You don't have to. You can just collectively understand like what energy you're working with. If you can hone in on different chakras, then you can hone in on different guides or different spirits, different energies, different levels of vibration. It's all how you perceive it, right? Oh, yes, he says, hi, Lucas. So you don't have to, and that's perfectly fine. And actually, so Kristen in our little class, Kelly, who she was in the YouTube watching, she also works with what I call collective energy. She doesn't have individual guides that she works with. I think that oh, he says hi back, Yessie. I work better in that way. And I know that's how spiritualists teach it. And that's been my training. But do I think it's the absolute only way to do it? Nope. I think, and that's where it's important to understand. I know, like I, as a mentor, meet you where you are and try to figure out how to best navigate how you connect. Had a chakra image at camp this past weekend. Ooh, you did. What if one of your guides is your brother? That's perfectly fine. It's not one of what I would call a core guide. Your core team has been with you since before you were born. They're with you until after your passing. But your relatives can come in and be guides for you. My grandparents are always bringing me opportunities and guiding me in things, always. So, oh, I have to do the thing. Hold on. Puzzle piece. There we go. I'm loving all these questions too, Yessie. I am too. I was having a nightmare and kind of woke up when I felt him near me and immediately calmed. See, I'm telling you, that's a guide or a loved one that is acting as a guide for you. Remember about my TIAs and seizure activity. Love when you said spirit meets you where you are. Yes. And that's very true. Spirit will meet us where we are. Oh, I see JJ might be in the house. Hi, friend. Do I get visions? Sometimes. I'll get like interesting knowings, like it'll overlay. It's like a knowing will come over me. But not always. I'm not always wired to be intuitive all the time. You did. Was it good? Did it come true? So my brothers, I used to think I was the one that was broken. And because my brothers and my mom would all have predictive dreams. And I thought I'm like, I want to have predictive dreams. Do you think a spirit guide can tell you if you have an illness? They can. Call on your alchemist guide. And actually, you will know. Your higher self will also tell you. You'll feel it in your auric field before you feel it in your body. They can attune you to that. Only God, no biggie. I love you, Lorinda. Oh, well, I'm a big mundane before magical person. Listen to your doctors, but also listen to your higher self. You can get that information from your higher self. It's funny, the more intuitive I get, my husband is having experiences too. In telling you can raise the vibration. Ruthie, hello, my friend. Good morning. You guys follow Ruthie. She's amazing too. Love her. Oh, my tongue is killing me. There are so many kinds of guides, Bella. Good question, by the way. I love your face too. I need to have you on my show soon. You're doing all kinds of good stuff. I need to have you on my show. Hit me up, message me. We'll get that on the calendar and make it happen. So in spiritualist teaching, they'll teach you that we have a joy guide, a teacher guide, an alchemist, a protector. Those are the 4 staple guides that you have your whole life. Bella Jane says hi. She misses you, Ruthie. She's over on the Facebook. Do sacrifices help one be more aware? I don't think so. Anyway, and then you have master teachers. Now, I believe those are the inner band. Those are your inner band guides. Your outer band guides can be your loved ones that you knew in life. And Ruthie says hi in all caps. Hi, Bella, IMY. Okay. And that was wild. Did anyone else see something float in front of my face? Just wondering. Okay, well, what you heard was my dog, her and her Freddy Krueger claws, but I felt like something went like this right in front of my face. That was wild. Okay, anyway, it could have been light refraction. I don't know. So we have inner band guides. We have outer band guides. We can call on deities. We can call on my friend Carrie. Oh my gosh, she works with the gods and goddesses. She's like, yeah, Hecate and I are besties today. I'm like, yeah, of course you are. But she knows how to work with these deities and these gods and goddesses in this most beautiful, profound way. By the way, how's my dog? She's ornery, but she's good. She's cute. Okay. I need my alchemist guide to fix this issue. It really hurts. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? So anyway, that was a distraction if I ever saw one. But also my face is itchy, which tells me I might end up with spirit. What time is it? How are we doing? It's 11. Of course your cat's with you. And I say that as a generic term, but our animals are always with us. They don't even know they're dead. Like, they just hang out. They're still in the house. Especially if they're your familiars, like they're part of your soul family. I should do salt water. I know I need to do something, but it's just right now it's aggravated because it's early. It was early in the morning when I got up. Thank you, Carrie. Look at that. It's like huge and it hurts. What if you moved and their ashes are elsewhere? It's spirit is spirit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Their spirits are still with you. And sometimes they'll come in readings. Did you know that, Emily? How many of you have ever had a pet come through in a reading? Your new dog hangs with all your spirit pets. They do. They do. I've had, and actually a dog A dog just came through in spirit on platform Saturday at Camp Chesterfield. I felt the need to like bend down and pick it up and describe it. And the lady was like, yep, that's my whatever dog. I saw my cat right up the stairs the day I had to put him. But other two cats were in the other room. Oh, yeah, sometimes they come through. Hurts like a mofo, but take it a Q-tip wet and put salt on it. I know. I know. Oh, that's right. I did bring in your puppy when your hubby was getting a reading. Mario. That's still what I love telling that story. What certificate did I go for at Camp Chesterfield? I just started. I've been with Reverend Glenda for 6 years. She's been my one-on-one mentor. I've been in development classes. I just didn't have the time because I own a dance studio to do a certification. But now that I'm doing all their social media, I'm like, okay, I need to do a certification. So right now I'm just doing Seekers. Oh yeah, go check it out and see what you think. My cat came through in a reading with Reverend Miriam. Oh, that's amazing. She's good, by the way. She's so good. Who did you mention with through your journey? Reverend Glenda Cataract. She's the president of Camp Chesterfield right now. She's been my mentor. I've also taken classes with Reverend Meg Wolsifer, Michelle Euler. I do a podcast with her twice a month. How do you get a reading? You go up here and you book one with me privately. Right now I'm not doing readings, but thank you for asking. I appreciate you just asking before throwing in your question. At my last house, I felt spirit cats rubbing on my leg constantly, and I never owned a cat. That can happen. That energy. No, it's all right, Hannah. So yeah, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you want to do that. If you want to just hang out and see if spirit comes in, like I keep getting these spirit itches. I'm going to be doing reading here in a minute. So I keep getting spirit. I saw one float like right in front of my eyes, and then I'm getting the tickle. So hang out. You might end up hearing from a loved one. When I was at my first dance studio back in 2021, we were building out the studio. I was up on a ladder painting, and I came down off the ladder, and I felt what felt like a big giant dog rub up against my calves. I was the only one in the building. And then I found out later that there was actually a dog that has been seen, a spirit dog in that building, and had even left paw prints. After a floor had been cleaned, business closed, somebody comes back the next day and there were paw prints. Taking an angelology class with Reverend Glenda tonight. Oh yeah, because distance learning is going on now. I'll be so glad when dance recital's over. This summer, I am hitting my classes hard. I want to get through Seekers so I can walk in October. That's my goal. I got 5 classes knocked out, plus my development classes. So I only have like 5 more classes left. I need to find someone that's teaching the history of spiritualism. I need to get into someone teaching that class. I need to retake spiritual anatomy. Although I took it already, I just need to take the test. I feel my bed move. Sometimes it feels like a cat or something touching my leg. Yeah, and animal spirits, especially if we're in a certain vibration, will be drawn to us. You have to let me know, Brian, how you like the angelology class. It's not in my Seekers thing, but I thought about taking it for what's the word? Oh, for optional, whatever those are, optional credits. Like you just choose, you have to do so many. Why am I forgetting what that's called? The one with Susan, I know. What did we take together, Holly? Chakras. We took chakras. No, auras. It was auras. Chakras. I was taking chakras and auras. I know spirit brain, that tells me elective. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Brian. Hi, Jen, over in Instagram world. Why couldn't I think of that word? Yeah, so Holly and I were partners in Aura's class with Susan. That was a fun class, and I ended up getting one of the books, that orange one, and I need to start. Do I have it down here? No, I don't. The history of spiritualism was fun with Susan. She makes everything interesting. That's what I remember you telling me that. I just need to get into it because it was canceled at week long, when the one that we were together at, it was canceled. I heard that she's really good at it, and that I think you also told me Charles, or somebody told me Charles was really fantastic at teaching that class. I want to take spiritual anatomy. I've taken it twice from Reverend Glenda. I want to take it from Jenny Moss, Reverend Jenny. I think that would be a really great class. Aura's class was really fascinating, and it was just a week-long class, and I know that we just barely scratched the surface in understanding. And of course, I come in there very first thing asking like some question that even Susan was like, I'm going to look that up before I answer you. And she was determined, man. And she came in the next day. She's like, I looked it up. I put in the work for you. I'm like, thank you. I love that. That was a good class. Aura's was fun. We took dowsing rods. Oh, wait, I have those. I have like tiny ones. I think I have them here. Nope. Where are my dowsing rods? They're over here. You see the dowsing rods? Oh my gosh, my body's creaking. My body is creaking. Oh, can't slide too far back. You'll get caught in the rug. Okay. So we used dowsing rods, actually, to feel each other's auras. It was kind of fun, actually. Ooh, I wonder if, like, everything's energy, right? So I wonder if I could get the cards to figure out like how far the aura is. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, those were in-person classes that we were taking. You can ask a question, honey, if it's not personal. Like if you just want to ask a general question, we've been talking. So the idea with when we were using the rods, hi Ken Bob, is that we would, hi Eileen, how are you? Is that you would walk towards the person. Like first you have to set the precedent. Okay, so then I would say, okay, spirit guides, show me what you're going to do when you come into someone's aura. And that's exactly what would happen. So they would go forward. So then I would move towards Holly. And then as I moved towards her, once we came in contact with her aura, with her auric field, thank you, Eileen. That's so wonderful. Thank you. Like the rods would separate. And then as back away, they'd go back to normal. So the rods themselves, they're copper, so they pick up energy. It was really cool. It was really cool. I don't use these for readings, really, like, because, and I watched some chick who dresses up in a fancy Renaissance dress and puts a crown on and just sits like this. And people pay her and they ask yes or no questions, and then the rods go. And that's how she pays her rent. I mean, no shade. People are willing to pay it. I feel like, I don't know if I'm very good at it though. I feel like I have to, like, these are wild. These are super sensitive to movement. And I feel like if I breathe wrong, they move. So if I were to ask my guides, okay, Dr. Mike, show me yes. Then, oh, there we go. Okay, then I would say, show me no. So you can see I'm not even moving, right? But to me, that's just like our auric fields playing with the rods, right? Same with spirit. Spirit can come in and use their energy to move the rods. That's how they work. And so, so if they show me yes or no, then something Bob came in and said, can I ask a question? And Spirit's going to say, no. Like all the way no. Right? But what would happen? So I wonder if I'm going to see if this picture sitting here, as I get closer, I'm going to see how far away the energy is. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it has an auric field that is detectable. So show me the auric field. Like what are you going to do when we get in contact with the auric field? Okay. Y'all can see I'm not moving, right? Yes, Olive is saying good morning. Daddy might be home too. Oh my goodness, that's so amazing, Lee. That's hilarious. All right, so as I get closer to the picture of my that was made for me, so this picture, we're going to see how far out the auric field is. It's like right in front of me here. So we're going to see how close the auric field is on this. Okay, so we got to get steady. All right, so it's about 8 inches away. So that's interesting because it moved, but also I'm trying to, this is a great way, by the way, to communicate with your spirit guides. So if you're just learning, you can be like, okay, you make dowsing rods almost identical to those. So I love hearing about these applications. I also make them from steel, but I have not worked with wooden ones yet. Yeah, these are copper. So I love asking my guides questions like, is Olar here? That's a yes. Do y'all know who Olar is? Do you guys know who Olar is? Olar's my, yeah, I know. Olar's like, hello. Olar is one of my dragon spirit guides. I have 2, Celine and Olar. Okay, let's see. I know. And let's see here. Oh, settle down. Yes, exactly, Amy. All right, settle, simmer. Hold on. I need to get my own energy settled. Oh, my husband's home. I haven't seen him since yesterday because he was out of town. All right, let's get settled. Straightforward, please. All right. Is Celine here? So yes. Oh, wait, let's ask something wild. All right. Thank you. Are there demons moving these? See? All right. This is fun. I like doing this. So that's how you can utilize tools like this. And you can do the same with pendulums. Now, my favorite thing, though, is watching these people on TikTok lives or any live, and they're like, okay, $10, ask me a question. And you see them going, oh, look, it says no. What are you doing? Girl, Ermi, hello, my friend. You can see them like literally moving their hand. When I do pendulum work, I'm going to show you how I do pendulum work. I very rarely do it. But when I do, I brace my elbows. I will hold with my right hand, and then I will cover with my left, just my fingers. I keep my fingertips out, and then I'll ask the questions. But I make sure that I'm not the one moving it. And I'll say, show me yes. Okay, so there's my yes. And you can see, like you're looking in real time, I am not moving. What do you mean I can't move my hand, right? All right, let's resettle here. Show me no. Watch it change. So it'll go back and forth for no. Oh, sometimes you stop. I know. You're like, don't move. Right. All right. And show me. Oh, sorry. See, I was moving. So now it's like all wonky. All right. Oh no. You can use anything for a pendulum though. You can use a necklace. All right. Show me I don't know. Isn't that cool? Is my name George? It's my favorite trick to do. And he'll stop and he'll start going, no. Oh, I hate that. And that's the worst, man. My very first pendulum broke. That's very sad, but I do like this one. Check this one out. This is aquamarine. I like this one, and it's in copper. This is a good energy one. And really, I got it, like it wasn't that expensive. Yeah. Oh, your name is George, isn't it, Jen? I adore you. I like 9, only one I use that I feel attached to. Yeah. So, and then I also I've got this one. This is it's a chakra one. Isn't this cool? So if I were to do, I had a chakra tuning fork clearing at Camp Chesterfield with my friend Courtney. I could feel my muscles contracting in my solar plexus. I could feel the vibration. It was insane. You only use the pendulum when you need to move your furniture around. I love you, Leslie. So this is one of my favorite ones too. I have a few others, but they're in my to-go bag because sometimes I'll take them with me to do events. So if somebody's like wants to do higher self work, or if they want to, I don't know, I'll pull them out sometimes for yes or no questions. But this has a nice weight to it. So let's see here. Let's ask it again. What are we asking it? Let's see. Ooh, how about this? Okay, so we already know this is yes, this is no, this is I don't know. And it's not that I don't know, it's like it's none of your business right now. Okay. All right, so let's ask if aliens are real. Okay, ready? Let's get settled. Are aliens real? I feel bad. You guys can't. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this because people over in, now it's just wonky. Don't look at it. Over in, there we go. I had to change it for the people over in the other screen. Okay, so let me ask what, can anxiety or does a shift in spiritual vibration present as anxiety? So that's a yes. Oh, it's a big yes. Ooh, let me ask you this. Okay, we're going to stop it. The bird that keeps hitting my window. There's a robin that's very aggressive out here. Is that a spirit trying to communicate with us? Well, settle down. Stop. Is the bird a spirit trying to communicate with us? Oh, it's a circle. Oh, wait. It's a no. I think it's just an angry bird, to be honest. How about, ooh, let's ask, am I meant to be famous? Am I supposed to be a famous medium? See, look, I'm supposed to be famous. Cool. So, oh, the alien answer was yes. So it's just, that's how you can use those tools. Same with the dowsing rods. But what's cool, going back to Aura's class that Holly and I were in together, using the dowsing rods, and you can do the same for, okay, so how far out is my energy, right? It doesn't work. It's really hard to do for yourself. So like if I'm reading someone's energy or seeing how far out their auric field is, so I can do the same thing with this card, right? Okay, so how far out does it go? Let me get closer. How far is the auric field on this card? Whoa, that's a big energy for a card. Y'all see that, right? And y'all see I'm not moving? Or am I? And I don't know it. Here, let's do this. I feel better if I can. Ooh, I know what I'll do it this way. So I'm anchored. I know they are nasty and they're messing up my whole backyard right now. So I'm going to start moving the picture closer to the pendulum. All right. And we're going to see how far out. Okay, simmer. Okay. It's just vibrating now. Trying really hard not to move. You see that? It like stopped. So it pendulums, dowsing rods, those kind of tools can they can pick up auras because it's all about energy. Percival did the card reading one at Camp Chesterfield and said it was life-changing. Well, that's what this is. And I have a reading with Hoyt today. I have a one-on reading with Hoyt today. It is like pastel. It was like watercolor chalk. And it literally was like a blank card. And then it came out with all this on it and the writing on the back. Yeah. It was wild. So if today's reading is life altering, I might go live and talk about it tonight. So when I'm up at Camp Chesterfield, I'm going to go up and get some footage too. I don't know what kind of reading he's doing. Probably it's mediumship. He does these in circles, physical mediumship in circles. Yeah. So Holly, you know who Hoyt is, right? Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I mean, like, I have questions. I want to hear from my loved ones. Of course, I want to hear from my loved ones. I always want to hear from them. Susie Q, thank you for asking. I'm not doing readings right now. I don't do paid readings on my lives, but if you'd like a reading, you can go up here. So Hoyt is world famous. If you Google Hoyt Robinette. Oh yeah, you're right, Jen. I should ask him if I'm going to be famous. John Edward told me I was going to do what he does, but he was not very specific on the fame and fortune part. Oh, don't apologize. I appreciate you asking. Thank you. I appreciate it. Unlike some people who just come in and they're like, does my boyfriend love me? Read me. My favorite thing is I don't believe in any of this stuff. And the only way I'll pay for a reading is if you give me a free one. Girl, bye. But you didn't do that, Susie Q, and I appreciate you more than you know. All right. My tongue hurts so bad. Let's do a reading. You can see who? Oh, you mean John Edwards? He's the one that told me I would do what he does. I just need the private plane. That's what I need. I love you, Lorinda. I never understood that. Why are you asking for a free reading while you bash it? Right. It's because they're manipulating. They're manipulative, and I don't have time for that. I do too. I want a reading with him. My spirit guides made that happen for sure. And he told me I'd be doing this work. That I'd be doing what he does. And I've posted videos about that and he's liked them. Isn't that cool? And he's responded on them too. I need to have those like archived someplace where I can actually access them and remember where they are. Now, it isn't like we're besties and he even knows I exist at this point. That was many, many years ago. Yes, Jen, you've seen them. Should I do a reading? Let's do a reading. I feel like there's a spirit hanging out here. It's being very, very patient. I'm going to plug in my iPad. Speaking of John Edwards, let's pull in. You need a private plane and a driver for all your trips. And that I was actually going to say that out loud. I do. And I need a personal assistant that can follow me around and do everything that I need done and can manage all my marketing, can manage everything. That's what I need. Yeah, see, Eileen's like, hey, spirit. All right, so let me kind of take my crown off for a minute. All right, so as I move into a reading, this is how, let's go over some rules, and this could be for any of the platforms. Oh, you saw an orb, not surprising. That tells me there is a Hoyt Robin. Okay, Kelly, I didn't even put that together. Kelly made a good point. I'm going to see Hoyt Robinette later. What keeps running into the back of my to the window every time I sit down here and do readings? A robin. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna see what spirit I can pull in. How I work is if you can take 100% of the evidence that I'm bringing in, I want you to, let's do a dragon. Since Olar was like, yes, let's do a dragon emoji. If you feel like you can take 100% of the evidence that I'm giving you, but just wait until I get some of it out. Okay. Actually, no. I'm going to do what Nicole does. I'm going to, my friend Nicole, she's the hypnosis lady who's a medium. I want you to start dropping dragon emojis. I can't even talk. Emojis, dragon emojis. Spam the chat. As I'm going to give a bunch of evidence of this spirit, this male spirit that's coming out of a male. I'm going to evidence dump. And if you can take 100% of it, you're going to put 100%. You're going to put 100. If you can take all but one thing, you'll put 99. All but two things, 98. Okay. Oh, did it change? It does that sometimes. There's a strong spirit in here. Okay. This is like father, grandfather. He had messy handwriting. I'm going to write down a bunch of evidence. You keep spamming the chat with the dragons. Keep the conversation going, or keep spamming the chat with the dragons. I'm going to get as much as I can. And then I'm going to tell you what pieces of evidence, specific evidence I'm getting. Okay. So make sure you guys are sharing the live too. I should have more than 100 shares by now. No, you have not. You have not missed anything. You're back just in time. So spam the chat with all the dragons. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the evidence that I have, the information that's come in clairvoyantly for me. And itchy. Now, it may make sense for the spirit, or the spirit might be talking about you in connection, that they would be watching. So be patient with this. If you can take 100%, put 100. All but one thing, 99. I'm totally trying this technique. This is brand new for me. My friend Nicole does this on her lives. It seems to work really well for her. All right. So I'm going to let you know, here's all the evidence. This is a male in spirit, father, grandfather. He feels older when he passed, but he feels like he would have been obviously a father, and a grandfather. He's talking about the number 45 is important. So it could be 1945. It could be 45 years old of the person who's in the chat. Or 4-5, like April 5th, 4-5. So the number 4-5 is important. And I just saw it again. Okay. And then he said, the two names are Thomas and Claire. Thomas and Claire, or Tom and Claire. Those two names were important. That's either him or someone around him. He may feel like those are two people he knows, Thomas and Claire. And he said something about glaciers. The glaciers are like iceberg, or like Titanic is what he showed me, but he showed me glaciers. So that could also be an Alaskan or north reference. And he's saying one of two. So he could be a twin, he could be one of two siblings, like there could be one of two. Or you're one of two. He's like, made me feel like there's a twin connection somewhere. And that could be like Thomas and Claire. Like there's a twin connection, and then also somebody's got really itchy skin. It could just be me. If you can take 100% of this, drop 100. Like this guy's been floating around. Like literally, I've seen him floating around. Bella, you can take 99%. Is this your father-in-law that you were talking about? I'm going to crack up if it's your father-in-law. Only because we were talking about him earlier. Yes. Okay. Have you been having problems with your foot, or did he have problems with his foot? He's talking about pain in a foot, pain in the foot. So that pain, foot pain, foot pain. Yes. Okay. All right. So that's funny. So this is, and did he whisper in your ear? Did you feel like, I know you said he'd been kind of waking up, but did it feel like you could feel it? You could feel something whisper in your ear. Would that make sense to you? Or like you feel it and you're like, oh, wait, there's nothing there. Whisper. He's saying whisper. There's a whisper. It feels like something on your ear. Hi, Marg. Thank you. No, but I felt him close in my face. Okay. And I remember you saying that, but it's like he was trying to, he was, and it was on the right side. Was it on the right side? Did he come in over here? Because he's really impressing me on my right side, but that's also where the males come in for me. Masculine energy comes in on the right. And he's talking about a bee or a fly hitting your window trying to get out. Ding, 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 ding. Would that make sense to you? That's what it feels. That's what it looks like it. Dang it, Lisa. Well, you're welcome. No. There's something about dink, 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 dink. It sounds like something trying to get out. Or the Bee movie. Remember that movie? This time. Jeeps. There's something about the Bee movie. Or did he like Jerry Seinfeld? Wait, it'd be funny if his name was Jerry. Last summer. Okay. I'm asking him, now that we know who he is, I'm asking him why he's trying to get your attention. He said, first of all, that's the only time he can communicate with you. And he says that there's something that his son is going through. Wait, are you married to a man? Or wait, you don't have to tell me. there's someone that he's talking about going through something. He's trying to get you to pay attention so you can relay the information, because you're the only one in a vibrational state that can even get that information to him or to her. And they keep asking for a sign about a job change, or there's something about us asking for a sign. There's something about this person's been asking for a sign, but then they're just like, but that's not a signy enough sign. Would that make sense? I really hope this all makes sense. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bella? Okay. He's saying whoever this is at a crossroads. And they feel like very much like the scarecrow. And he's calling my attention to the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is all about turning and listening to your own intuition. But this person is not. Like they need to make a decision. They have to make a decision. But just understand that no matter what decision they make, and this is so generic, is the right decision, that eventually it'll get back to the where it needs to be anyway. Like the GPS always just reroutes you. So even if it's the wrong decision, you're going to end up in the right place anyway. So no bad decision or no wrong decision is a bad decision. The problem with him, with this person, is they can't make the decision. And they have to listen to their own intuition. And this dad, this father-in-law of yours, is coming in to say, just make a decision. And aquamarine, he's bringing up aquamarine. So is there a March birthday? Okay, you understand. Good. March birthday. Something about March. Going back to March is either birthday, death day, like something major happened in March. And I feel like he's confirming something with March. Usually when they show me aquamarine. And I feel like he's the one that told me to get my aquamarine pendulum, because I almost grabbed my other one first. So thank you all for holding space in the chat. I'm actually over, if you want to watch this in real time, we're actually over in Facebook right now. Aquamarine, March. There's something about a March. Birthday, death day, something significant. Cactus Joe, not sure if I'm connected to the same though. Interesting. That's okay. I want you to kind of put that in your back pocket, because there is something, or did this opportunity come up in March? Like this thing's been ruminating since March. Like something shifted in March that would have created this. If it doesn't make any sense, that's okay. Sometimes it's one of those things that comes back later and you're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I know what you're talking about. And would he have an animal in spirit with him? I feel like he's either showing me a tiny dog or like a tiny, it looks like a cat, but it could be a tiny dog or tiny animal. Would that make sense for him? Did you guys lose an animal, or like, did one of his pets pass in March? He showed me an animal like that you can hold here. And that's my sign for a tiny dog or a cat. Thank you all for holding space over here. Appreciate it. His sister just lost a cat. Okay, well, he's saying I have the cat. And did this cat like to be carried like this? Do you know? Or was the cat very princess-like? Okay, okay. She's talking about a loss. And was it in March by chance? And he's talking about somebody doing a show, someone just performing, or is a recital coming up? It's recital season, or someone does dance. Would that make sense that he would be paying attention to or watching, or that you would be involved in, talking about dance or a dance recital, performance of some kind? Okay. All right. So that losing the cat might have been in March. Okay. But he's talking about somebody performing or something like a dance recital or some sort of recital, or I see a stage coming up. Oh, my tongue really hurts. Thank you all for your patience. We're doing a spirit-led reading over here on Facebook. I wish I knew how to pull people up into the box over here. Thank you, Emily. So make sure you guys are following my other platforms too, because sometimes I'll bounce around. Thank you, Allie. Appreciate you. And welcome in. No to the dance. My nephew likes to, I can't see, I have like a little funny, weird thing in the way to something to put on news channels in his living room. Acts out the news shows. Okay. But is he in like does he do production? Does he do plays or something like that? I feel like he's trying to figure out why he's showing me that. He might be saying that you need to get that boy in acting lessons. Okay. Don't be surprised if he ends up going that route. Is the name Aiden important to you, or an A name? Aiden or Hayden? My tongue is killing me right now. Thank you all for being so patient. Hey, keep spamming the chat with the dragons up here. Keep me in the algorithm. He has a big imagination. Oh, your sister-in-law has an A name. Okay. Is it like Aylin or Aileen or something like that? Anyway, well, just know, I think it's important for you to know that this is your father-in-law's way of coming in to confirm that it's him and that you are the one that he chose because your vibration can receive it. And that anxiety is often for you, okay, Autumn, if that anxiety for you is often Spirit's way of aligning you so you can feel and get messages. Don't be surprised if you step into this more, that you can actually utilize that anxiety. So when you start feeling anxious or feeling like you have a panic attack, be like, oh, wait, what's happening? Who's trying to talk to me? Who's trying to come in? And he's saying, say hi to Mike. Say hi to Mike. Say hi to Mike. Would that make sense to you? Say hi to Mike. Feels like this would have been a contemporary of his, or a friend of his. Say hi to Mike. So if he knew Mike and such a generic name, but he's like, say hi to Mike. Someone's very important to him. Okay. He said it's going to help you manage your anxiety as well. Understanding, asking, okay, is this spirit or is this me? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm glad that made sense. Okay, good. So he said, say hi to Mike. So thank you, Bella. I'm glad we worked that out, right? That was awesome. That was awesome. So thank you. And many blessings to you from this father-in-law and spirit. And just know that, and he said, sorry if I woke you up. Hubby's middle name. Oh, got it. Okay. All right. So saying, say hi. And just know that he's around all the time. And he enjoys the show. He enjoys the show from the nephew, it sounds like. You're so welcome. So thank you for allowing me to read for you. So that was kind of cool. Scheduling readings, suspicious things around person. Oh, I just know you'll have the answers. Well, thank you. Oh no, I'm sorry that there's suspicious things. Well, here, let's ask. Should we be concerned about? Let's ask. You know what, Bella? It's recorded. It'll be on my YouTube and Facebook. Like it'll be, so go follow me on YouTube and if you go to my channel and go to lives, it'll be there. And actually I could probably even clip out part of it for you. That interesting, Emily. So that's kind of cool. And I will say that's a postcard. So if you feel like, you know what, I could take a lot of that. Truly, it could be a postcard for you. Oh, okay. All right. Hello, Kelsey. Welcome in. You're welcome. All right. So, all right, Lorenda, we're going to ask, is there suspicion around Percival's death? Should we be suspicious? Saying no. Is he around Lorenda giving her signs? Yes. Should we be concerned or investigate further about his passing? Nope. So I don't know, Lorenda. Don't pay for the reading. You just got one. You're welcome. He makes you feel like he's exactly where he needs to be. And he just asked me, oh, that's funny. He asked if I minded if he sat in on my reading with Hoyt today. That was wild. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. All right, friends, it is 5 till noon. I need food. I've got a reading in an hour, a private reading. Good to see you too, Ghost Fairy. I'm glad, Lorena. I'm glad that can make you feel better. So thank you all for hanging out. I hope you learned something today. Make sure you are following Make sure you are, oh, that was cool. Thank you. That was so cool. Star Map Polaris. That was awesome. Thank you, Allie. So I knew he saw him for his reading. Okay. All right. Yeah, he asked if he could come along. Interesting. So, make sure you're following and also set your notifications to get notified when I go live. Because I do readings each week. If you're on TikTok, like sometimes I'll pull people up into the box and do a live reading that way. Emily, it was nice meeting you. And so I'm here every Thursday on all the platforms live, doing readings. Sometimes I'll bring guests on. Carrie's probably going to come on again soon. I might get Michelle, my co-host for the Liminal Lounge Mediums. If you're not following the Liminal Lounge Mediums, what are you doing with your life? You need to listen to that podcast. Spotify, Apple, Player FM, Audible, Amazon Prime, all free. Liminal Lounge Mediums. Check that out. There's a lot of really good information in this season. What do I do? That's funny. Other Carrie, shenanigans Carrie. And what else? Let me think. I felt like there was another announcement that I needed to share, but now I don't remember what it is, so it must not be that important. If you're interested in mentorship or a private reading, you know where to go. I do have a link tree there. They'll take you right to my website. And yeah, you can even go there. There's the link tree in my profile on all my platforms. The link tree will take you. There is a separate place for the Liminal Lounge Mediums. You can watch all my old episodes from here. It'll take you directly to the playlists. All right. So it's easy to find me. It's easy to get in touch with me. So love you all and appreciate all of you. Thank you for interacting and holding space for one another and being here to share the energy. I really appreciate you. And I hope you learned something today. Did you show of hands? Did you learn something? I got to do something. This is bad. I just walk around the mouth hanging open. Okay, so if you show of hands, if you learned something today. Hopefully I'll be on tonight too, because I don't teach tonight after, like, I'm done teaching at 4:30 today. And then I'm gonna have my reading with Hoyt from 6 to 6:30. I'm gonna get some footage on the campgrounds for social media. Make sure you guys are also following Camp Chesterfield social medias, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Because if I get up there early today, I'm going to go live from Camp Chesterfield from that account. So make sure you're following Camp Chesterfield as well. We're still building that platform. They've only had a TikTok since February. So anyway, love you all. And you just have to hang out and listen to my outro for the crowned medium. Oh, I got to put my crown back on for it. My dragon crown. I put my crown back on. All right, you ready? Here we go. Have a fantastic day, everybody. And hopefully I'll see you later today or tonight. All right, we're ending.
Your time in the realm of the crowned medium is cherished. Her Highness Lorenda Carr encourages you to like, subscribe, comment, and follow on all channels to stay updated on new episodes and offerings.